Hey there again. My name is Tim Gillespie. I'm a pastor in Loma, California. I thought we'd talk just for a moment about freedom from legalism. And I think we can create a baseline of legalism. Have you ever gotten an assignment from a professor and the first question you ask is, how long does it have to be? How many words? How many pages? And it's an interesting question. And as a professor myself, I know that what you're really asking is, what's the least that I can do? And I think that we can make a correlation here between the least of what we do to legalism, which is the least of what we can do. And I know people have a hard time with that. Legalism is actually asking the question of, how little can I do and still be okay with God? And that's the wrong question, probably. But we ask that question, and then we live that question, and then we begin to gauge who we are by the measurement of reaching the minimum, I guess we could say. Because the problem is this: love requires more. Love and the law are two different things. And while the law can lead to a wonderful expression of love, the law by itself only can point out the sin in our lives, which is what Paul says. That's the function of the law. So when all we're doing is keeping the law, we're not even getting to love. It's the baseline. It's the very minimal that we can do. And as Christians, that's the wrong thing. Jesus says, if a Roman soldier asks you to carry his pack 1 mile, carry it 2. The problem is, when we create the law at 2, love always demands we go 100% more. So when 2 is our measure of the law, now all of a sudden we have to go 4, not 3 miles, but 4 miles to finish off the love that God has given to us and to do the love that God is calling us to. And the problem is, we've created this system where it seems like keeping the law it's going to make us okay, but love makes us okay. And if that's the case, then there's so much more that we can do. And people feel guilty sometimes about, well, I'm not sure about I need to make sure I'm checking myself. Do you know that when you check yourself and you're constantly under the weight of sin, even the weight of being worried about not sinning, that you don't experience the freedom of Christ? Guilt is amazing, because guilt for the sin we didn't do binds us just as much as the guilt that we did. Jesus freed us from all of that. That doesn't mean sin doesn't matter. Of course it matters to God. He doesn't want it for us because He doesn't think it's good for us. So let us live lives that seek love and go beyond the law. Not do the minimum, but do the most. Don't write a 5-page paper, write a 10-page paper, because you can't stop expressing the love that Jesus has for you. That goes beyond the law. The law becomes irrelevant in Jesus because Jesus supersedes the law and lives so far beyond the law you can't even see that line anymore. That's my hope for you. And that's how we can move past the binding of legalism and move on to the freedom of grace.